Hi guys, today I'm here to give you solutions to all the challenges you might face at your layer farm. As I told you earlier in my previous video, these challenges start off immediately at brooding. So the best way to go about it, please prepare your brooder very early. Prepare your brooder at least a week earlier, disinfect it, put everything in place, wash all the things you're going to use, the drinkers and feeders a week earlier. Let everything be in place a week earlier. You can even do a trial brooder before you bring in the chicks. It takes nothing for you to light some charcoal if you're using charcoal and make sure the heat reaches all the corners of your brooder, because trust me, the amount of money you lose is very little compared to the birds you might lose if you get it wrong. Try to prepare earlier and kindly start small for the new farmers. Kindly start small. Don't kick off with 1,000 birds, because trust me, you mess up 1,000 birds, it's a big loss. Start small with a few birds. As you learn on the job, you'll get it right next time. That is another solution to your brooder challenge. Also, avoid having corners, extreme corners in your brooder. Avoid having corners in your brooder. Try to put papers or boxes in the corners and make sure that the lighting is top notch. Distribute drinkers and feeders evenly throughout the entire brooder so that all chicks can be able to eat. That way you'll be avoiding that problem of losing birds at an early age when they're still brooding. Prepare yourself with adequate money. Yeah, you need to have adequate money, enough money on you, because with a layer farm, it takes quite a long time. So that you'll be less frustrated and don't have a lot of expectations at the beginning. Prepare yourself with enough money. Prepare yourself with all the things you're going to need. Make sure you do enough research so that you know everything you're going to need throughout the entire journey, because it's a very long journey. Trust me, 5 months are not very few. 5 months is quite a long time when you're not earning, but you're only spending. So prepare yourself with enough money to run the project smoothly throughout that entire time. Do some things yourself. Don't leave everything to the farm help. Trust me, certain things you need to do them yourself. You need to have that feel yourself. You need to show the care yourself, because once the people at your farm realize how much you care, trust me, they'll do the same. But if they know you don't care, you don't get hands-on, now that's me doing the things myself. On that day, I've gone to the farm. I make sure everything is ready, top notch. I even distribute my feeders and drinkers the way I want them to. Then the next time I go back to the farm, everything is fine. I make sure the heat is enough. I added in more pots where it is necessary. I made sure everything is fine. That way you're reducing the problems you might encounter in the future. Because trust me, you're already starting to work on your egg as early as that. Because any problem you face while brooding, you'll pay for it in the later stage. Trust me, any problem you face while brooding, you're going to pay for it heavily at a later stage. So try to make sure everything is top notch, the lighting is fine, the warmth is fine, the ventilation is fine, you have enough drinkers, enough feeders, evenly distributed, and then you'll be good to go. The other problem that we saw in my previous video was birds congesting and some die out of suffocation. So try to make sure you have enough ventilation. I think you say I have very big windows on my farm. Try to make sure there's enough ventilation, and if the ventilation is fine, give them enough space. As they grow, try to widen the space, and then still you can reduce the corners as well, the very sharp corners where they might find themselves squeezing in case anything they get a shock. In case anything shocks them, they'll jump in one corner. But in case you don't have those sharp corners, you won't lose as many birds. And anytime you hear any weird noise, birds have different noises for different reasons. When you pass through, they make a different sound. When something shocks them, they make a different sound. When you're feeding, it's a different sound. When they are going to lay eggs, it's a different sound. So you can tell if there's anything that has shocked them and act immediately. Don't wait, don't relax, act immediately and make sure they are not squeezing themselves and you're not losing any bird. And then the other problem is that excitement of the first egg. You get your first egg. How do you manage that? Don't raise your expectations. Don't raise your expectations immediately. Moment you get your first egg, relax. First of all, you're having very small eggs. It is okay. It's not a problem. The first eggs are mostly small. The eggs grow big with time. So moment you get your first egg, you relax. Don't fear and don't sell them expensively. Just sell them at a normal or low price. Make sure you just get them sold off as things stabilize and you raise the price accordingly. That way, you'll be good to go. Don't get your first egg and you want to get the money of someone who has big eggs, someone whose chicken have laid for 3-4 months, and then yours have just started. Please, you'll get frustrated. And you don't need to be frustrated. It's a project that you're going to see eggs for quite a long time. Those were the first 2 eggs you see right there for that batch that have been brooding. And then I didn't put myself on pressure because that is my 3rd batch. I've been through the same cycle 3 times. Now I know what to expect and when to expect it. So I hasn't shaky at all. Make sure you mix your own feeds. Also, that is important. It's also another solution. Mix your own feeds to reduce on poor production, because once those guys make a mistake when they're mixing for you, once they leave out anything, their birds, they won't talk. They won't tell you like a human being that there's no salt in the food. No. For you will just continue giving them feeds, yet the feeds are lacking in some minerals that are very important for their maturity, for their production. So make sure you mix your own feeds. If you're not mixing them yourself, make sure you're paying attention when they're mixing for you. Make sure everything is tallying, the weights are fine for all the ingredients, all you're using, all concentrates. Make sure everything is fine so that you have the right portion. And before I continue giving you the final solutions for all the problems and challenges you're going to encounter at your farm, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share this knowledge to anyone else, because what I'm giving you is not school knowledge, is not from anywhere. These are the things I've experienced from my own farm. I'm sharing with you things that I've seen at my own farm, my own personal experiences, guys. So you can also pick a leaf and don't make some mistakes I made as well. That's the best way. They say the wise person learns from other people's mistakes. So from my mistakes, guys, be wise and learn something. And then the final and most important thing I'm going to tell you guys is biosecurity. Biosecurity on any farm is very, very important. Limit the number of people coming to your farm. Not even limit, just make sure no one comes to your farm who's not supposed to be at your farm. Only your employees are supposed to be at your farm. Make sure you have a foot bath. Make sure they wash their hands. Make sure they don't get as much contact or unnecessarily going out and back inside the chicken coop unless there's need. For me, I use cages, and my next video probably I'll tell you why I chose cages instead of doing deep litter. But still, with cages, you'll find yourself having problems and diseases here and there. So the best way to handle that is only by making sure the biosecurity is top notch and stressing about it on a daily. Don't relax about biosecurity. Don't wait to first have a case. Don't wait to first lose a bird. Don't wait for production to get low for you to work on your biosecurity. Because trust me, your investment is big by that moment. Start experiencing eggs, selling eggs, you've invested a lot. And make sure you push your birds to live for at least 2 years. If you don't do that, you're out. Bye-bye.